Hello from Yerevan, Armenia. It's October 23rd. You cannot take a neutral position concerning the war that is happening in this side of the world. We have two bullies. We have Azerbaijan to the east of Armenia and the Republic of Artsakh, and we have Turkey to the west of Armenia, and they have been bombing since September 27th. Civilians, they've been bombing the capital city of Stopturkey, which is the capital of the Republic of Artsakh, and they've been bombing village after village, civilian targets. They are aggressors, they are bullies, they are murderers, they are thieves, and they are liars. I am angry because this word has not been getting out into the United States. In the United States, we are a people that are a democracy. We vote for our rights. We are people that we are a country where we have the power. We democratically vote, and we have the power to choose if we want to live under a certain government or in a certain way. And that is the story here in Artsakh, the Republic of Artsakh. This is an unjust war that was started by Azerbaijan and Turkey and them shipping in a bunch of Syrian ISIS terrorists to fight and to kill and to murder this little area right over here in this part of the world that affects each one of us. That if we care about freedom, if we care about liberty, we care about justice. Look, for years, I taught self-defense. I taught martial arts, mixed martial arts. That was what I did before I moved to the country of Turkey. And one of the things we did was we had to train people how to defend themselves against bullies. There are a lot of bullies in the world, and nobody likes bullies. We have classes in school that really help people so they're not going to be aggressors and not bullies. I also had to, unfortunately, train women how to defend themselves against rapists, murderers, thieves, because it's always the bullies that want to attack and aggress on the weak ones. They wait and they stalk. And we would train them in techniques how to be able to point out somebody that could do that, how to keep themselves safe. And if the time came, they could defend themselves. They could defend their loved ones. They could defend the innocent around them. We have an obligation. If you are a Christian, if you're a human being, you have an obligation to help stop these bullies. I mean, bullies meaning Turkey and Azerbaijan. They think on their side, look, they only hear lies. They have one narrative in Turkey and in Azerbaijan because their media is controlled by their governments. They have no other source of information, and they constantly lie. That is why I'm angry, because that's the only thing that the world gets to hear is from this Turkish side and the Azeri side, and everything they're saying is lies. About the war, the nature of the war, who started the war. I can go point by point. I've done other videos to do this, but they're liars. I can say that. They're a bunch of liars. And they're stirring up their people. And I told you in another video before, it's a demonic stirring up. I'm a Christian, and I know that Satan stirs up people to do evil things. He's the father of lies, and he is here to steal, kill, and destroy. But Jesus Christ came to give life and give it abundantly. And that's the side we're on life, on peace and abundance, not on the side of death. There, in every war, there's not a neutral side. This is not a time to become neutral and say, well, we have to look and see. No. A bunch of pansies would have said that back when the Nazis were attacking and taking over Europe. And that's why, anyway. So let me continue. This is not a time to be neutral. There's an evil side and there is a good side. There's a dark side. There is a light side. There's an Axis power, and there is the allied powers. Well, we don't really have a lot of allies right now, but we need them over here. Let me explain. We have these people, the Azerbaijani government and the people and their militaries and the Turks that have joined them in special forces, and a bunch of Syrian, maybe they're Syrian, Iraqi, whatever terrorists they are, Muslim terrorists, that are come here and they're attacking, trying to do something. And let me tell you what they're doing. They have been lying to their people about the nature of the war. They say it's a just war. And first off, they said that Armenians started it, but everybody knows that's a bunch of junk. And so now they're saying, oh, no, we're here now to free the occupied lands. Well, they don't even understand history, guys. Look, their source of authority for that land of the Republic of Artsakh, also known as Nagorno-Karabakh, their source of authority is Joseph Stalin. Joseph Stalin was a murderer. You do not want a guy like Joseph Stalin to be your source of authority for you to go and just wipe out and cleanse out the lands that I've heard some people say. We're going to cleanse it out. And we will never stop fighting until every Armenian leaves this area. Well, look, there's not Azeris living in this area. This is a area that, let me tell you this. Look, the country of Azerbaijan never even existed in history. I'm going to show you something right now, a little personal about my family. This is my grandfather, Norman Henderson. My grandfather is older than Azerbaijan. My grandfather, Norman Henderson, that's me when I was a little kid. When my grandfather fought in World War I, World War II. He was captain. He did all kinds of things. But my grandfather was born in 1896. He died in 1988. My grandfather is older than Azerbaijan. Azerbaijan wasn't even a country until 1918. It was declared a country somehow, to go into that history, back in May 28th. Well, what's interesting is this little area right here, back in July of that time, they were not happy with being under Azeri Muslim rule. They declared that they were their own autonomous region, democratically voted. There were about 93% Armenians living there at that time. And they said, no, we are an autonomous free country. We're not going to be ruled by these dictators under tyranny. We're not going to live under tyranny. Well, Americans, we understand that. So, of course, they didn't like that. That was during the times of the Armenian genocide. They were the Turkish government, the Ottomans. The first Islamic State was already massacring Christians all over the Ottoman world, and they sent their armies to aid the Azeris, and they massacred about 20 to 30,000 Armenians in Baku in 1918 to squelch this little, what they would call a rebellion, but these are free people wanted to live under freedom. Well, let's keep going on from there. Joseph Stalin in 1923 is the one that said, oh, we're going to give Artsakh, we're going to give the Nagorno-Karabakh over to Azerbaijan. So again, is that your source of authority that you want to go through? That, yeah, that's ours because Joseph Stalin said that is sick and you've got a problem. Let's move on from there. Let's go on from there. And when the Soviet Union dissolved, the people in this region voted again democratically to join with Armenia. This was in 1988, February 20th of 1988. The year my grandfather died, just mentioned. And what did they vote? The overwhelming majority of the people that lived here voted to join with Armenia after the Soviet Union dissolved. They were Armenians. They didn't want to be with the Azerbaijanis. Joseph Stalin made that happen. So what do we do from here? They join, but Azeri minority groups that were living in that region revolted against the democratic vote, and they started killing Armenians at that time. The war goes on. Armenians end up winning the war. They won the war. They were able, the lands that they democratically voted for and said that they want to join with, that side won. The Azerbaijanis, they lost the war. They lost the land that was never rightfully theirs to begin with. There was never such thing as Azerbaijan, like I said, until 1918 anyway. So let's go on from there. Even I just saw this New York Times heading back from July 13th, Section A, page 2. It says this, legislature in Armenian enclave votes to secede from Azerbaijan. That was